Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all having a fantastic evening. Before I go to bed, I thought I would share another review with all you fine people. This film is a horror movie from Germany, German language English subs, released in 2010, directed by Marvin Kren. Now this goes by two titles. The German title is Rammbock, Berlin Undead, which is the title of this video. But the English title, now the reason why I wrote the German title, because I think it's a lot better than the English one is called Siege of the Dead. So many movies, of the dead. I just thought that Rammbock, Berlin Undead was much better. But anyway, the English title is Siege of the Dead, and the story to this one is as follows. When Michael arrives in the city to visit his girlfriend, he soon realizes that a terrible virus has spread across the city, turning people into mindless, homicidal maniacs. Trapped in his girlfriend's flat, he teams up with Harper, a teenage plumber, as hordes of infected zombies begin to swarm the building. So a very straightforward story. We basically have Michael, who is coming to an apartment complex in the city of Berlin to patch things up with his girlfriend and return the keys. Now he's rehearsed what he's going to say to her. We don't know exactly what happened, but we know it must have been pretty bad because Michael has a very a guilty sort of conscience. So straight away you kind of realise that this guy is responsible, and already you start getting a little bit of a liking towards him. So he comes to this apartment complex, he goes inside his girlfriend's apartment, but she's not there. But this is the least of his worries. He soon finds out that outside there are hordes of these homicidal maniacs. Now, I'm not going to call them zombies because they're very fast moving, kind of like 28 Days Later. They're infected rather than zombies. So basically, they're all running amok, and Michael befriends this young plumber who is also a survivor. So both of them barricade themselves inside Michael's girlfriend's apartment, and they turn on the radio and the TV, and basically the news are basically saying there is a virus going around. Do not leave your house and keep the radios on to keep updated. So, they barricade themselves in, but then they start getting hungry, and then they start worrying about their loved ones. So they're in a real dilemma, and what happens from there, I'm going to leave that for you to find out for yourself. Now my thoughts on the movie. This is a very, very unique zombie film, but it doesn't come without its flaws. Now, this is not a gory film, which is very surprising coming from a zombie film, and a lot of you are probably thinking that's a negative. Surprisingly, it was a strong positive because it's something a little bit different, and it gives the tired zombie subgenre a lot of versatility. It's a breath of fresh air, something very unique, and for any zombie lover out there, I would say that this film is definitely a must-get because of the fact it's more psychological than on-screen violence, which is, I'm really surprised by how it turned out because I wasn't expecting what I got. The cover and the back of the cover kind of suggests that it is a gore fest, but it's far from it. It's more about the claustrophobic sort of feeling that the world is getting smaller and smaller as the population of homicidal maniacs is getting bigger and bigger. And the building of tension and suspense was very well done, and it does indicate that this director has a lot of talent. So the fact that it's not very gory, it's compensated by the fact that the suspense and the tension and the claustrophobic sort of approach to the film was very, very well done. Now, characters, they were decent. It was decently acted. It was very realistic because there was no glamorous people in there. They were just everyday sort of people, so it added to realism. And as I said, they were likable, so another breath of fresh air. There was no one annoying in the cast. Now, this only goes for 60 minutes, and this is the biggest downfall for me, although some people will regard it as a big positive. For anyone who has a short attention, you'll have no trouble whatsoever getting through it. Being an hour-long film, it's not that long anyway, but within the first 10 minutes, you're straight into the zombie onslaught, so it's not very long at all before you get the action. Now, I say that this is a bad thing because the movie had such a psychological impact, but it could have been so much more if there was a little bit more attention to character development. Now, they were likable enough, but I thought there was room to make them even more likable. And the ending was kind of emotional, and I just thought it would have had so much more of an impact if the director had a little bit more confidence and made this into more of a feature film rather than a short film. Now, I don't know if they ran into budget problems or if it was the intention of the director straight away that he was going to make such a short film. But yeah, it's pretty much over before you know it, and the fact that it does play more psychological than gore, It just would have been a lot better if it just had a little bit more patience and it took its time. Now, the ending, I thought, once again, I like the theory behind them getting past the zombies. It's something I haven't seen before. And, that's just what the film is. It's just something you haven't seen before in a very tired subgenre. And the zombie films lately have been pretty ordinary. So, this is a film I hadn't heard about. I just saw it on Amazon UK and I thought, why not give it a go? And, I'm happy that I actually got it. I didn't like some elements to the ending. I thought it was a little bit silly, but it didn't ruin the experience. And overall, I actually thought this is worth getting. I'm going to give it 3 stars out of 5. 3 because I thought it was a little bit too short. And the lack of gore, while it was good, I just thought for a zombie film, it would have been nice to have 1 or 2 really gory scenes. But having said that, very claustrophobic sort of feeling, very Armageddon sort of feeling. So it's everything you want from a zombie film. Plus, they throw in something that is going to turn the tables a little bit as far as zombie films are concerned. So 3 out of 5, not a bad film, but it could have been a lot better. Alright guys, that's my review of Rammbock, Berlin Undead, or Siege of the Dead, if you will. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully it got your interest. So until next time, take care of yourselves, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.